everybody, it is still me, still Miss Sweet. I hope you're doing well. This video is to help you with ELA Packet Week 4, Day 4. Week 4, Day 4. Before we get started, I want to show off some amazing work. Check out this assignment from Micah to show his story from phonics the other day. Look at this amazing detailed illustration to go with the story about that little pup who's enjoying her day. He worked so hard on this. You can pause it and take a look at all of those details. Way to go, Micah! So impressive, awesome. If you also have some amazing work that you're proud of that I can show off to all of the second graders who are watching YouTube, go ahead, you can text it to me, you can email me, and I can include it in some of our videos so everyone can see all of your amazing hard work, because I know you're doing great stuff. So you just let me know and we'll include it. I'd love, 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 love to show off your excellent work. Get to the page in your packet that says Day 4 Phonics Fun. So your activity for today, still working with those diphthongs, the oi sound specifically, oi coin oi and oy boy oi. But today your job is to play bingo. So fun. It's kind of a funky bingo though, so listen up and I can help you with the directions. But we're going to play diphthong bingo. For this next part, you're going to do a lot of cutting. So you're going to need a pair of scissors, okay? If you don't have any kid scissors, but you do have grown-up scissors, definitely see if a grown-up could help you cut these. If you don't have any scissors, it's no big deal, but this is probably going to be a pretty hard activity to do because it just involves so much cutting, more than you could probably rip. Okay, so if you don't have scissors, you can skip this game, but if you do have scissors, you're going to cut out a lot of things. The first thing to cut out are your 2 bingo boards. So there are 2 boards. You're going to cut those out so that they're bingo boards, so just the big squares. So when you're done cutting this part, you'll just have 2 big boxes because those are your 2 bingo boards. The other thing you're going to need to cut out is all of these word cards. All these word cards feature the OI or OY diphthong, but you're going to cut them all out, and there's a bunch. I think there's 3 or 4 pages of word cards. You want to cut each of those out individually, so you'll have a big stack of word cards. Next step in our preparations, you're going to need some sort of like counter or penny or jelly bean or some little thing to be a marker for bingo. You've played bingo, you know what I'm talking about. But something to put on your board when you get it right. A bean, could be anything. You could make some out of paper really quick. So you're going to need a marker, a bunch of them for the bingo boards, and you're also going to need to find somebody to play with. So you could ask a grown-up or a sibling or anybody else in your house. If you are lucky to be a twin like Tia and Leah or Miguel and Angel, you could play with your twin. If you don't have anybody to play with, I totally get it. That's me right now. But you could just be both players. We'll see how it goes. It might be kind of silly, but if you want to be both players, that's fine, okay? But if you can find somebody, go do that now. You're definitely going to need markers too, like to put on the board. Not coloring markers, but like, you know, the little dots. Ms. Wheat's going crazy. You get it. Okay, cool. So you're going to take all those word cards you cut out and you're going to put them in a pile and you're going to put them upside down so you can't see the words. You just see the back, the blank white back. Then, here's where it gets a little bit different than regular bingo. Player 1 is going to pick up a card, okay? And they're going to read the word out loud. So let's say the word is pout, okay? So you read the word. The other player has to say if it's an OI or an OY diphthong, or if it doesn't have an oi sound, if it doesn't have an OI or an OY in it. So in the word pout, oh, that doesn't say oi, it says out. So I would say, oh, it's OU. It doesn't have a diphthong. In that case, I wouldn't really get to do anything. But let's say the word was boil, and my partner read it out loud and I heard the oi sound and I know that that's oi, I would say oi. And if I get it right, then I get to put a marker on one of the ois on my board. So your job, you want to get as many oi and oy words as you can, and you want to get them right because that's how you fill your bingo board. The players will go back and forth taking turns, and the winner is the first person to get 4 in a row. You're trying to get 4 in a row. Then when somebody does, you could either keep going, you could play again, but definitely keep mixing up those word cards so that they go in a different order every time you play. If you want to send me a picture of you and whomever you're playing with, playing bingo that I can show off to all the YouTube watchers, go for it. That would be great. But I think that this one will be really fun. It might take a minute to get used to it, but I hope that you have a really good time playing diphthong bingo. And that's your only activity for phonics today. So pretty cool. Now let's check our RRW work from yesterday, and then we'll get into the directions for your work for today. Okay, so yesterday our work was rereading the text, annotating the text, and then answering some text-dependent questions. So we found all of our evidence in the text. These are my answers. Yours should be pretty close. If there's any information that you missed in your response, go ahead and add it now because this will be helpful for our writing that we're going to do tomorrow. So question 1 was, how are the different countries divided? How are they similar or different? This was a tricky question. That word divided is kind of tricky. That means split up. So the answer I came up with is Canada is divided into 10 provinces. The U.S. and Mexico are divided into states. The U.S. has 50 states and Mexico has 31 states. If you got that one correct, whoa, you should be really proud of yourself. And if you missed it, I hope that it makes more sense now. That word divided was really tricky. Okay, next question. How does language impact the people of the 3 countries? Again, really tricky question. That word impact means affect. So I wrote, in the US and Canada, most people speak English. In Mexico, people speak Spanish. In Canada, some people also speak French. So that question was all about languages. The last question is, the author calls the text 3 great countries. According to the text, what makes these countries great? This connects to what we were talking about yesterday with the topic of the text. So I said, according to the text, these countries are great because they are really big and a lot of people live in them. Your other activity from yesterday was to write a summary to tell what the article was mostly about. If you included details about the countries being big, about the languages they speak there, about the population sizes, anything like that, you're on the right track. This text is kind of tricky because it's actually not that long. There's not a ton of information in it. So if you had a hard time coming up with details, connection. So did I. Okay, so your big work for today, you are writing to tell about which country you would want to visit, Canada or Mexico. You're going to use your knowledge from the text we've been working with, but I also have 2 videos that you have got to watch. One is called Introduction to Canada. It looks like this. The link is in the description for the video you're watching right now. Okay, so to get the link for the video, it's in the description for the one you're watching right now, and it's called Introduction to Canada. Same deal with the next video. It's called Mexico, Mini Fantastic Facts. So I want to make sure you watch both of these videos. You go to the links in the description because they have so much more information that adds to your knowledge from the text. Once you've watched both of those videos as many times as you want, and you've decided which country you want to visit, Mexico or Canada, you have to pick one. Then you're going to get started planning your writing. Now, this planning looks a little bit different than what we've been working on in class, but you can definitely do it. So I want you to use the planning page in your packet. Let's look at it together. So this kind of writing is called opinion writing because you're saying what you think. Doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what Diana thinks, it doesn't matter what Greta thinks, it's what you think. So this page helps you organize your ideas and your reasons. Okay, so you're gonna fill it out, you're gonna say which country you wanna visit, you're gonna have a topic sentence, that's your opinion statement. I wanna visit, or you could make it more exciting than that. Then you're going to give a reason, and you're going to give an example. And then you're going to do it again. You're going to give another reason, and you're going to give another example. And then conclusion, that means the same thing as closing sentence, like our CS, to wrap it all up. You're going to be writing all about which country you want to visit, Mexico or Canada, but they also give you an example page in your packet about someone writing an opinion piece about their favorite sport. So let's look at that together so you know what we're talking about. So this person was writing an opinion about their favorite sport. Their statement, their topic sentence was, "My favorite sport is soccer." For reason one, they said, "One of the reasons I like soccer is because I love to run." And then they gave an example to connect to that reason. Example one, they said, "In the sport of soccer, 10 players are all running up and down the field trying to score a goal or trying to defend the other team so they do not score a goal." That is so juicy. I loved that because it really made it easy for me, the reader, to understand. Then they gave another reason, reason two. "Another reason soccer is my favorite sport is because I love working together and playing with a team." Then they've got another example. "During a soccer match, all of the players, even the goalie, are passing the ball to each other, trying to score a goal together." And then they did their conclusion, their closing sentence. He said, or she said, "Because I love playing with a team, running, and working together to score goals, soccer is the best sport for me." You'll also notice at the bottom of that page that then they turned their planned writing into a beautiful paragraph. You don't have to worry about that today. We're going to do that in the next lesson. Okay, I think it's just kind of too much for a second grader to do all at once. So today in this video, we're planning. In the next video, we'll write. Okay, so one more time. You are going to watch those 2 YouTube videos to learn more about Canada and Mexico. You're going to decide which one you want to visit, and then you're going to use this guide to help you plan your writing to explain your reasons. And then in our next lesson, we'll use this plan to help us turn it into a beautiful opinion paragraph. If you want to send me a picture of your plan to make sure you're on the right track or to show off a little bit, that would be awesome, and I would love to give you some feedback about it. Last but not least, there's also a checklist that you can use to make sure your plan has all the stuff it needs. So as you look through there, you can check off what you've got, and if there's something that's missing from yours, go back and add it. So that way, tomorrow when you work on your final draft, you will have everything you need and it will be so easy. So definitely check out this checklist. It is there to help you as a writer. Okay, my favorite thinkers, that's a wrap for today. Well done. I cannot wait to read your ideas. I'm so curious which country each of you is going to pick. So have fun with this, and I will talk to you soon. Love you, miss you, all that stuff. And great job. Keep up the great work. I know it's tough, and you're doing it. So I hope you feel as proud of yourself as I feel of you. Okay, bye. I love you. Talk to you soon.